Hi guys, I'm currently in the conservatory and planning to work on a few projects, so I'm gonna share with you what I'm working on. The first thing I want to work on is this big pot at the entrance. This is the main entrance at the conservatory, and if you watch my previous videos, Amanda and I moved this ginormous pot. It was really heavy, and filled it with the soil. And we originally planted philodendron, and the director came after us and pulled the philodendron out and put this donation that was half that. It's been like this for months. So this is now definitely, you can see close up, completely dried up, which I was pretty sure that these are not going to recover. So the director said that we can pull it out and just separate these two healthy ones. But we're gonna probably find a different place for them because at the entrance we should have something more representable. So one of my tests today is figuring out what to plant in here. So you see the colors around here. This definitely needs to be moved, this different back here, because I don't think it was happy with the drift and cold air here. We need something here that will tolerate cold temperatures during the winter time, but also look pretty, give some color here at the entrance. So let's go to the desert dome because we're looking at some desert plants to place here and figure out which options I have for this pot. Well, let me grab a shovel first. So I was considering this one as one of the options to place in that big pot at the entrance. I think this is some kind of mangave, I'm not really sure. It's not super bulky, so that would be an advantage for the entrance. It is pretty wide, so it can get nice and big. It has variation. I do not like all these leaves that have damages, so I don't like that look for the entrance. So maybe not. Let me show you a few other things that I considered. So this blue agave is beautiful. At some point in front of the conservatory during the summertime, we had these in two big pots on each side of the conservatory entrance. They are stunning looking. They do grow very big and they're very pokey, especially those ends guys here. That would be very children friendly when people are walking in with little children. They can be very pokey, like little knives sticking out. Same story with the variegated agave, that we also had a number of variegated agaves. I wanted to use one of them. I suppose that's not an option. All right, well, let me show you what else. So guys, if you remember, this is the area that I worked on last time when I was making video. And next to this area, there is this big Opuntia cactus, and below that Opuntia cactus, we have aloes. Now, when I started volunteering here, these aloes were all red color, had a lot of dried up leaves, and they were never this big. So they just love the care that I got in the last few years, and some of them are huge. Look at how big they are. So I was thinking this area definitely needs to be thinned down. Is that the word? Thinned down or thinned out? Anyway, they have amazing looking blooms during the winter time with orange and yellow color. And I was considering that maybe this could be one of the options because At the front entrance, it would get a lot of light, it would get the cooler temperatures. Aloes are winter growers, so this would change the color to reddish tones. It would have wonderful, tall, colorful blooms during the winter time. So I think it would look really nice at the entrance. And another reason why I like these is that they're not super pokey at the ends. They are pokey if you're trying to pull them out because they have these sharp little edges of the leaves. But the corners of it are not as, they're pretty soft compared to the agaves, which I think it would be safer to have at the entrance. And a bonus thing about this option is that it's preparing to bloom. So if I move it in the big pot, it's going to still produce a bloom in the following months. Plus, this area is not going to be as full. I actually realized that there is rocks underneath here that are no longer visible because, and I can use them somewhere, because these aloes just filled up this space. This definitely needs to be cleaned up. So I have actually been, I don't want to break any leaves, so I was trying to go underneath with my hand and I got scratched pretty bad. And I was trying to wiggle this aloe to see if I can pull it out, but it was not moving. So what I think I'm going to do temporarily, I'm going to, with a shovel, move out these aloes in front of it from the soil so I can access this one. So yeah, let me grab a shovel and I'm going to start working on that. So what I'm going to do first, guys, is move this Saponaria pot out of my way so that I don't knock it over. I'm going to cut these blooms that are done. And as you can see, I have been cutting some of the opuntia. This needs some serious pruning. It's just all over the place, but I'm not going to deal with that right now. Right now, the focus is going to be on getting this guy out. And you can see this is really full. Maybe I'm not going to even put these guys back. Maybe we can put them for sale. Just going to go slowly because I don't want to damage a lot of leaves. I know that probably it's going to be hard not to damage anything. Okay, this one's coming out. And this one's coming out. Let's see if this one is a little bit looser. Still not. There's a few little aloes here. Look at all these babies growing underneath. Amanda was supposed to come today. I would use her help right now in pulling this out. Let's see. There we go. I think it's out. Here it is, guys. It's actually pretty heavy. Okay. All right. I also would love to take these off. You see these guys? They really... These don't look very well. So, can see, guys, if you don't prune these big plants, it gets out of control. Some of you may think, are you gonna throw away all that? Yeah, most of it. But it's gonna have to go to the garbage. And I'm gonna pull some of the little Aloes here. Some of these and some of the weeds. This does look nasty. I would like to pull this out. And this one as well. Let's see if I can just do it with my hand. There, I really don't like that. We don't need it. This is much better already. All right, much better. But it needs way more cleanup. I think I'm gonna wait for Amanda this week or next week so we can work more in this area. So I'm in the plant room and I want to quickly clean the dried up leaves below this aloe before placing it in the pot. We succeeded so far not to break any leaves. These are really pokey, guys, actually. These dried up leaves. Okay, guys, I cleaned up one side. I still have this side to clean. Look at these scratches all from the Aloes. But this one does get really beautiful red tones. I'm gonna try to find one around the conservatory where you can see how red it gets. I could have actually just beheaded it. It would root, it would be much less hassle, and it would still grow. I don't know why I made my life harder. Because the Aloes root pretty fast. You don't want to have too big of a stem, you know, in the soil space without the leaves. But this is going to be okay, I think. So this is plain enough. I think I'm okay with that. Let me just pull the other plant out and then we can place this in there. Alright, so we're taking this one out. I asked my husband to help me with this one. It is heavy. Okay. Alright, look at that ginormous roots and a hole here. I think we're going to need to add a little bit of soil. So we brought the soil and we're going to just add a little bit because it's a really deep hole and the aloe roots are shallow. So here is our big aloe, guys. I'm going to make a hole in the middle. definitely need a little more soil here. So I just wanted to quickly show you how it looks all potted up. This is, guys, how when they change colors, you can see a little bit reddish tones. It can get much more red when it's stressed. Those were there for a little while. So I'm excited to see how this one is going to look as it grows even bigger and produce pups. So I was just, guys, cutting some of these areas that where I broke the pieces of the puntia off, so it looks nice. I don't like this still. There's still a lot of cleaning to be done, and these just propagated itself. It's too many of them. I don't think we can keep all of them, but for now I think I'm going to just clean this up. A lot of bending. Some of these are actually pokey. So I just cleaned up this area here where I had all the debris. This, guys, I'm actually starting to think that this needs to be completely reset, because just like digging out some more of these aloes and taking out, because I think it's just really hard to access anything. But I think for that I'm going to need a few hours, and I probably need Amanda to help me. So for today I think I'm going to stop here, just situate these and deal with one more project that I was not planning for today, because I think Maurice made a mess. I'm going to show you in a minute. So these are the red shelves in the reception area, and I noticed that there's a lot of soil on the shelves, on the plants, and like something was dumped here, and then I saw broken parts of the pot underneath, and another pot broken. This one is broken, and this one is broken. I think that something climbed this area here and knocked over pots, unfortunately. So I think he used to be blamed. Right, Maurice? You did it, didn't you? Were you chasing a chipmunk or a squirrel and knock over some of my succulents?
Did you do that? Yeah.
But he's too cute, so you can't get angry at him, even though he's making us work. What a dirty paws you have. Why are you such a dirty kitty? So cute. So I think I know which pots have been knocked over. There was a pot of Sedum trellisii that I've been propagating from this one, because it was very uneven and leggy on certain sides, so I chopped it off. That's all my trellisii, and I think this is what was knocked over. It just made so much mess, my goodness, in here as well. So what I'm gonna do is just like a first aid. I'm just gonna clean up a little bit of these shelves, and then when I come back in a few days, then I'm gonna clean it more thoroughly. There it is. These cuttings that he knocked over, I'm just gonna probably take home with me. I was hoping to leave them rooting here, but I don't know. This and this I'm gonna definitely take to the plant room to repot, because this is all broken apart, messed up. I cannot believe he must have knocked off more than one pot, at least 2 pots broken. All right. So another project I want to work on today is fixing this pot of, I think this is called Senecio Crassissimus. It's very fast growing succulent, and it gets, I don't like the look that it gets, the legginess when it grows bigger. So we had this donated about, I think 3 years ago, and I have already once trimmed it, so we have a few pots with this one, I think 3 in total. So what I want to do today is just take the cuttings because they easily root and just got rid of the bottom of the plant. So let's do that. So if you want to propagate Senecio Crassissimus, it's really easy. Just cut the stem to the length you want, take some bottom leaves off, and then stick it in the soil. As easy as that. You can see this is where it was trimmed and it had a new growth. And yeah. And this is, you know, main entrance here. So there is events here. I really don't think it's a nice pot to have at the entrance. And like I said, we have a lot more of this one, so if I do leave this pot, it's gonna be in the planter, not here, because I don't like how it looks at the moment. I used to collect Senecios and had more of them. Right now, I don't think I have many. I think maybe 2 or 3 Senecio plants. I used to have this one as well. I don't know, it wasn't giving me as much joy anymore. So I'm cleaning some dried up leaves and debris as I'm placing them in the soil. So I'm gonna prepare one nice and full pot. I think this is pretty good for this pot. I'm gonna leave this pot right here where this one was. There is some really nice little branches still here left. I think I'm gonna make another smaller size pot with other cuttings. So this debris I'm gonna clean up and take this pot to the plant room while I'm gonna put this one right here. So guys, I just situated these little cuttings of trellisy, and I situated this one that didn't even have a pot anymore, must have broke, and this one as well. This one I cleaned up a little bit, it must have been broken off, and I'm just gonna tuck it in the pot where variegated string of buttons is. I also want to do two more pots of these guys. I'm just gonna take a few more cuttings. I might even place these for sale when they root, because we do have, like I said, plenty of this Senecio. That looks cute. And I also love how these guys look in a small pot. So packed full. I'm gonna move this big pot over there by the window. There's a few cacti there that I need to situate in the desert dome. As I was preparing to leave, guys, I sowed this plant that I purchased last year, and I left it at the conservatory. It's a cotyledon. I think it's called orbiculata. Look how cute it is, guys. It's adorable. I love how plumpy it is. It's been very happy here in the conservatory. I don't know, should I propagate it? What do you guys say? I was thinking to cut at least one. Maybe this one here. I don't want to disturb the powder because it's so perfect. But I'm gonna take this one home and propagate it. Look at how perfect it is. I think I'm not gonna be driving home, I'm just gonna be holding it like this. All right, that's all for today. See you next time.